snap out of it.
Just get stronger. If you don't kill me, dog, I just get stronger.
Welcome back to Black Republican Radio. I'm one of your hosts, DJ Johnson, with
IJ Washington. And today what we want to do is talk about a topic that's been near and dear, kind of a big controversy. And I do want to make a warning beforehand that this is a hot button issue, so I'm glad that we don't have any sponsors to get canceled. But we're going to be talking about the abortion bill that was just passed in Alabama. Today we have a special guest, Jessica, who's been joining us from the health department. And what she's going to do is she's going to come in and kind of give us a woman's side of view, or a different take. We don't want to be one-sided on such an issue with it being so controversial and it being about women. So what we want to do is bring someone in that's in the medical field to try to give us a better understanding of what's going on today. So how you doing today, ma'am?
I'm great.
We want to thank you first for joining us at the show. DJ, basically what happened was that Kay Ivey just signed a bill into play that will make it illegal to have abortion throughout the state of Alabama. Now, my issue with that is that, and let me preface myself, is that I don't have a problem with abortion. It's the stipulations that they have that's going along with this bill that has caused a lot of ire from a lot of different people. And one of the things that come about is that if you've been raped or have incest and you become pregnant, you're not allowed to abort that baby. Any doctor that's caught having abortions within the state or performing them, you could face up to 99 years in jail. These are all problematic things from me. Like I say, we do have our guest in here today, so first of all, I want to turn over and see just how she felt about this situation.
Well, I think it's unfair because first, who's going to help take care of these kids that have to be born now? Because there are some strenuous situations. And also with the being rape victims, like, and then the person who does the rape gets like rights to the children. They get to see the kids, you know, if they have them in prison. So it's a lot to take in with this.
But I tell you this, I understand. First of all, I'm against abortion, but in a case like rape or incest, I'm gonna have to say it's the woman's choice to make her own decision about that. Now, one of the concerns I think the Senate and the people in the legislature got, maybe we're having too many abortions, and it's by irresponsible people that's having irresponsible sexual acts. And you got some people. Women have abortion every year,
right?
Every couple of years.
Exactly.
That's something we got to stop. We can't just make it something where we just kill innocent babies, and so that's the problem I have with it. But I do understand the rape and the other part of it that does not allow the young lady to make a decision on it. That should be her decision.
Well, let me ask you this. Like you said, this is people who make bad decisions. But my problem and the thing that I'm more concerned with is that now you're taking that decision away from people. You know, at the end of the day, it should be our choice to make a good or a bad decision in life. You know, others shouldn't have to pay for your decisions, but 9 times out of 10, that's just the way the world works. I don't want us to get in a position and a place to where our state and our government is starting to tell us how to live our lives again. And that's where I think a slippery slope is coming down from this, because like you said earlier, it only takes a little crack in order to bust a dam wide open.
Yeah, I understand that. What do you think about it?
I mean, it should be the woman's right, period, flat out. I don't even know how they got the right to even propose this, and I'm sure that they're gonna overturn it. They're gonna have to go to the federal government about it. You know, it's not gonna just go this easy. It's impossible.
I think they making a big challenge to challenge Roe versus Wade.
Yes.
Abortion thing, and I think Alabama probably gonna be the state to get it going in that direction.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why Trump wanted to put all his people on the Supreme Court. So when a final decision come in
Like
this, it's gonna work in the favor of him. But we just got to be more responsible, young ladies. We got to be more responsible with who we sleep with.
Well, you can't see. That's why we had to bring a woman onto the show today, because you can't say and tell young women to be
Yeah,
responsible.
but what about the responsibility of the man?
Well, of
you know,
course, the
'cause
man,
now
both of them.
are they gonna mandate the man have to be a part of the child's life? You know what I'm saying? Because it's accountability.
But let's say you were a young lady and she get pregnant. Suppose the man want to keep the baby and raise the baby.
And then the girl be spiteful and go and have an abortion. I understand.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and if she having an abortion, I don't think that's right.
Well, that's not right. And that's, you know, those people mess it up for the people who are in need of the abortion, like the rape victims and the incest
Right.
people. And, you know, it's always like that. Somebody's going to always spoil it for the rest of the bunch. But I think that it's going to be overturned. I don't think it's going to stick.
Well, the thing is this law doesn't come into effect right now, so they still have 6 months before it is even. But there are groups like the LBGA, as well as Family Planning First, that plan to take these issues to court. What I wanted to say about that was that Alabama isn't the only state that has this abortion
That's
law.
true.
Right.
It's just the first one to have it to where there are no substitutions or there's no leeway into it, because Georgia just passed what they call the heartbeat, and this is in Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Ohio, and a few other states. And what they say is that it's within 6 weeks, if there can be a heartbeat detected by the fetus, then that child is considered to be alive, and they won't perform it. But Alabama's the first one to say period, point blank. And what you just brought up about Wade versus Roe, which to anybody that doesn't understand is the law that came in about abortion. I think once again that we need to be more careful of what's going on and the narrative that's being set.
Right.
Because today you're going for Roe versus Wade. Tomorrow is going to be Brown versus the Board of Education. And the reason why I say that is that, bear with me, listen to what I say. You just fired 140 teachers during Teacher Appreciation Week.
Wow.
Your narrative, for one thing, can always go into something else. All we need is one step in order to get to that next step. So while you can sit here and look like it's dismissive, 5-6 years from now, don't be surprised. We're already losing our elementary schools, we're losing our teachers, we're losing our educators, and you're going more to charter schools.
And
you're going
homeschooling.
private schooling. Your education is now becoming a privately owned institution, which is going to wind up sending you into who can and who can't afford it. And these are narratives that we need to be careful of, because now it's starting from you don't have anybody educating these kids, but you still want people to have kids.
Right.
And who is this getting ready to help? Are we going to open more adoption agencies now? Are we going to start having more family plus centers, things of that nature? Are people going to get more educated about the dangers of having sex, STDs, impregnations? Are all these things and resources going to come back now that we've got this law passed?
Right.
You know, all I'm saying is let's be careful of what rights that we give up now, so that we don't wind up losing so many later on. Yeah.
Well, one thing I want to say about that, first of all, I guess I'm kind of proud that Alabama is taking a big step forward and being the first in something that probably could be positive for the rest of the country. But
If you don't mind, you elaborate on that.
well, we last in everything else. We got some of the worst of everything, and Alabama is the bottom of the country in different things. But we gonna be the first one to extend abortion to this rate as far as it going right now, even a little further than Georgia and the rest of those guys. Now, I don't know how this gonna turn out in 6 months. Maybe they'll overturn it, maybe they won't. But I just want people to be more responsible for having just sex at a club. Go to the club, you want to have sex. Now you're having it with some strange man. Now you want to run out and go get an abortion. This stuff can't be done. You can't be running around killing kids all the time. We just got to take more responsibility. And that's what I feel about it. But now the rape thing and the incest, I agree with that. The woman need to make that decision on her own. But I don't think they targeting that. I think they more targeting the people you meet at the club or wherever you meet them. You're having sex, they don't know your name, you don't know their name, now you got a baby on the way. We need to be more responsible as people, period.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. So what are we going to do about the plan B? They sell those in the store. That's the day after if you had unprotected sex and you just don't know. You know, there are so many different ways. I mean, once again, men can wear condoms. I mean, if you really, really want to get to the root of the subject, tell women to quit opening their leg. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just sell chastity belts, you know, as opposed to doing things. What I'm saying is that people are going to be people. You know, one of the best things about our country and the one thing that we love more than anything is the ability to have free will to a certain extent. You know, and as a Republican, I feel that we don't need government to come in and tell us how we live our lives and how we go and how we can go about doing things.
I agree with you.
If there is a process that needs to be done or if there's something that needs to take place, allow the people to do it. Also, what I want to do and what I want to address was that for everyone who's upset about this being passed, where were you when these people were getting elected?
Exactly.
Where was your energy then? Where were you when there was polls and people were out there doing what they had to do in order to get in these positions? That's why I always say, learn who your legislators are. Learn who the people that represent you are, because the power is in the people. And that's one of the biggest things about being a Republican, is that you believe that the power is in the people, not in the government. And if the people that we are putting in these positions aren't doing us just, then we need to show them that they work for us and not the other way around. You know, we can't get up in arms once the bill's been passed. Where were we when this was going through, when it was first drafted, when it was going on? It's very convenient and easy to be upset at the finished product. You know, nobody cares about the process that goes on. Peter can sit up here and tell you all day, they hate seeing animals killed. But nobody's standing there when the cow's going through the slaughter mill.
Or the steaks coming off the grill.
Medium rare.
I know that's right.
Look, A1 steak sauce, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, my narrative of it is that let's not keep that same energy. 2020, we have another set of elections. If you really want to get out here and start letting people know that we mean business and that your voice needs to be heard, don't wait till the end of the cycle. Start at the beginning of it.
I agree with you. Felicia, what do you think about this abortion thing? Because this is just crazy. Because it's a no-win situation. It's a no-win situation. What you hearing the females talk about out there for us there?
I mean, I've read a lot of posts about it, and everybody's feeling some way about it. People are feeling like, yeah, women should be more responsible with who they sleep with, but when you can't help it when you're being raped, you don't get to pick your rapist, and you know who's going to abuse you in your family, you know what I'm saying? And then, where's the accountability for the man? It's only accountability for the woman.
Have you seen the judicial system? The man gets no say whatsoever when it comes to it.
Child support.
I mean, that's the biggest. And
but child support is not going to solve anything about the time. What about the time? Can you mandate the man spend time with the child?
You made that decision to be with him, so evidently you're not making responsible choices.
That's true.
So
it can be seen either way. It's going to be two sides to every story, but I just feel like it's not always the woman, it's the man too. The men have the right to wear condoms. There you see more men condoms sold than women condoms. So
they make women condoms?
They do.
I didn't know
they have
that.
women condoms.
So you learn something every day.
So we just need to be more responsible for what we do.
Men and women need to be more responsible.
Men and women need to be more responsible.
More than pregnancy comes out of that unprotected sex thing. So.
And what we need to do is stop this stereotyping, this endless cycle that we have of not having families being made. You know, like say you have baby mamas and baby daddies, but there are no fathers, there are no mothers, there are no wives, there are no husbands that are being developed. And what we need to do is we need to get back to that
family structure.
That family structure, which is broke within the which is broke within the black community. But that's all the time that we have for today. We want and Jessica for coming in on the show.
Thank you, Felicia and Jessica. Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure.
For joining us today. I am IJ Washington.
I'm DJ Johnson.
And this is Black Republican Radio.
Black Republic.
longer.